10:30 also I'm aware, so let's start and close it as far as possible. But then, in fact, Mr. Sunil Kapadia said about the overall and invigorating environment that has been created here. And I categorically believe, Sunil Bhai, in this feeling of having that, there is a Polynesian word, categorically a Hawaiian word, mana. So I've always observed that GIFT as a campus is full of mana. And so mana basically is the sheer essence of the spiritual and the divine force asking you to come together and dwell in some superior power. That is something which is inside. And we have a parallel which is known as Atman. So I've always observed that, and in fact I was talking to the lady from Deloitte that yes, whenever in case if there is a program which starts at 9, then we see to it that people are here, and we have always observed people are, in spite of GIFT being away from Ahmedabad or to that matter, people flying in, at 9 we by and largely have the crowd together. So first of all, thank you very much, all of you, braving you here early morning. I know we started a bit late, but then I would like to conclude my talk as far as possible. So I am Pranav Pandya. I am a co-founder and chairman of a company known as Dev IT Limited. And I am also honorary chairman of Gujarat Electronic and Software Industry Association. So the GASIA as an association is a nodal entity which acts as a fulcrum or a bridge between the stakeholders. So we have public sector on one side, private sector on the other side as end user, private sector as a solution provider. We have got academia, a very, very strong part of our stakeholder ecosystem. So all in all, coming together, and the end users and the users, and the end users and the service providers. So all of us coming together, we form this ecosystem which we call as GASIA. And I'm very happy and proud to represent the same, which is a 25-plus-year-old, almost a 3-decade-old entity. Net zero was a point which was written in the EDM which was provided to us. And then there was another point which was written as women empowerment. Now, I'm sure most of you will agree the technology is gender agnostic. So it empowers virtually every gender. Whosoever is able to decipher it, whosoever is able to innovate based on the technology, whosoever is able to come up with a disruptive solution or a solution which can be used by the ecosystem at large with ease and with a quickness to adopt it. So I would not dwell on that. I know Neha and quite a few all would be here to talk on the empowerment aspect, categorically for the women folks. But for me and for most of the technology ecosystem people, I believe sincerely that technology is gender agnostic. By all means, it empowers across. Net zero. So as Dev IT, we also have a independent profit center, a full functioning body, a company known as Mindtech. And I was talking to my colleague, Kunal Soni, I think he's sitting here, there he is, that what are his thoughts on net zero. I have also read few things on it. And how interwoven would be blockchain with net zero. So net zero, as we all know, is whatever emission that we do, if we are able to take it out from the environment. That's how we balance it, and that's how we take it towards making it a zero affair. So where does blockchain fits in this? So I was going through McKinsey document, and it is showing up certain incredible numbers that people should be aware of. All of you, the aspiring technocrats here, the entrepreneurs here. Probably $9.2 trillion per year is required to be shelled out till 2050 provided we want to be that net zero compliant world which has been decided in Paris as a COP21. If that's the case, then probably 6.5 trillion per annum needs to be spent towards generating the assets which are basically low emission based. And that brings it further that roughly around 12 trillion, odd will be the annual sales that can be happening till 2030. So look at the incredible opportunity that you have before you in terms of climate technology. Because the way to achieve this is nothing but with the help of environment friendly cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology that we are talking about, and you all will be. In fact, I'm no expert in that. I have a dedicated entity in my own company, and he is also going to be talking, and there are many of you renowned and illustrated speaker on the topic will be talking on this. But then this is what it is, incredible opportunity as far as climate tech is concerned, and climate tech is the way out with the help of environment friendly entities like cryptocurrency and blockchain, taking us further. So in order to achieve this, why we are talking of blockchain here as far as net zero is concerned? Because not only it brings in the transparency, but it also brings in, because of transparency, a phase by removing the intermediaries, especially in the supply chain, which is going to play a phenomenally game-changing role as far as our achieving towards COP is concerned. COP goals are concerned. Because अगर फेथ होगा एक दूसरे के अंदर, अगर ट्रांसपेरेंसी हमें दिखेगी एक दूसरे के अंदर, तो ट्रेड हम करेंगे, हम एक कंफर्ट लेवल लाएंगे एक दूसरे के साथ बातचीत करने में, मोर एंगेज रहेंगे, and that's where blockchain is going to play a pivotal role. I have few points, just mentioning that, and then I'll be ending. According to me, I'm sure you guys will be talking, but the opportunities straightway lies is in terms of carbon trading. So blockchain की मदद से अगर ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म बनाए कि जहाँ पे हम लोग कार्बन क्रेडिट वाले जो लो एमिशन एंटिटीज हैं, whether it is a country per se or an organization, then those which are with larger emission can actually, based on this transparent and faith ensuring blockchain technology, should be able to trade on that, and therefore that is something I'm sure either a solution is there or probably you would be coming together in these sessions that are outlined for the entire day, and you can talk on this. Then in the similar way, I'm also of the opinion, and I had thoughts on clean energy trading. Again, there was a peer-to-peer network that can be established with the help of blockchain, tokenizing your renewable energy assets, and you can actually trade with the help of that. So that is something to dwell upon for sure. As I was telling you, that supply chain essentially, citing supply chain example, I was talking to you that essentially it is going to removal of intermediaries is going to bring in the transparency in the faith, and this is actually also supposed to help us in terms of transacting the funds, because immense amount of private investment will be required in order to achieve the COP goals or the SDGs, and this funding can be kind of enthused, can be promoted, can be kind of encouraged, provided we have a very faith built blockchain based platforms where not only you can monitor the fund which is gone, and you can also monitor the projects which this fund was supposed to be used for. Because these projects would be across the continent, it cannot be specific to a particular nation or a particular region. So that's where, when we want a global level investment to flowing, what a better answer than blockchain technology? So I'm sure people can be talking on that and you would be having better ideas about that. And last but not the least, better tracking in terms of reporting. So greenhouse gas emissions are better to be tracked with the help of this blockchain technology in order to remove the duplicacy related controversies that has been created. So genuinely a nation should be aware how good it is in terms of greenhouse emission. In the better way it should be tracked, and therefore I'm proposing again blockchain to come up with a platform on the same. So with this few points from my side, I end my talk here, and I genuinely thank the organizer, the Global Gujarat Blockchain Global Summit team, and the GIACA team, because they are the main support behind, the pillar behind this entity. So I sincerely thank the organizers, and I thank all of you for being here, and have a great session ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. May we request you to kindly stay back, as we would request Ritishri to kindly come and honor sir with our token of appreciation, our special memento. Ladies and gentlemen, it should be a warm welcome. That was quite a beautiful talk. Well, that was a motivational session, so one more time. Thank you so much. Well, after that amazingly motivational session, let me now request